Howdy everybody. Now, I did not expect the trailer update to come out today because I didn't know when the update was going to come out. But one vehicle that is in here that is being shown is something that I've wanted in the game for a very long time, whether it is really good or really bad, just because of what it is. Anyways, we're going to watch through this. I'm going to make this relatively short, talk about some of the stuff in it, and then, yeah, so let's go. So the first vehicle you're going to see here is the LA-25 AD. Uh, this is the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps uses LA-25, LAV-25s. We don't use this version anymore. This one is not in service, but the other LA-25 is LAV-25. Now, if you didn't know, this one has 8 Stingers ready to go with 8 more for the reload. The barrel, when we get to it, the gun, is the 5-barrel 25mm equalizer cannon, which is pretty good. For it, but it is not shooting at the same rate of fire as the M163 with its 20mm. It also does not hold that much ammunition compared to something else. This thing only has 990 rounds with only 385 of them being ready to go, and it fires at 1800 rounds a minute, so you kind of gotta be a little stingy with it, so I suppose. This is also a hydropod, so it'll be able to use them, which is kind of cool. But you know, it gets smokes. It's an amphibious 8-wheeled uh, anti-air with a little bit of an anti-tank capability too. And this Apache's already been in the game. There's nothing different there. It'll probably be around 10.0 maybe. I don't know. It could be lower. I doubt it though. And these Abrams, there's nothing new here. They add these either they don't look like new versions of it. They're just kind of like set pieces for the trailer itself. I like the build up to showing what it is, even though we kind of knew what it was before it got here. Especially shots like this. And there's a new Dagger engine 6.5. I was watching a video about that. It looks really cool. And all of its massive amounts of ordnance coming through here. And there she be. The old A10. Now, we'll point out something. This is the A10A, and the reason why I say that is because the paved penny pod is still on it, and I did not. I'm point out something else on the spine of the plane. But some A10Cs you'll see that still have the paved penny pod on it. Some of them don't. But that was one of the things that when they moved to the A10C, they stopped using. And on the spine of the plane, you're going to see a little bump and almost a T-shaped little antenna looking thing sticking off the back. Not a big difference though, because you can still see that there's a stupid amount of ordnance on this plane. Now, if we get a shot of its back, there is also some stuff that's missing here. And it's kind of like a radar warning receiver type deal with it. And you can't see the little T-shaped thing. Damn. Yeah, you can't. Behind the pilot, there would be a little circle bump here, and then there, right about in here, there would be a pylon thing. It stuck up just a tad, and it'd be like kind of like a T. So that's what makes me believe that this is the A10A. And as you can see, all of its massive amounts of ordnance now. You can see it pretty good here. So we got the anti-air, bomb, hydras, bombs, bomb, a GBU, Mavericks. I can't see that one, but I'm assuming that's a bomb too. And then there's another. Yeah, alright, it's hydras. And then another anti-air missile. So this is probably AIM-9Ls. They're already in the game, and they're an all-aspect missile. No plane for America has an all-aspect IR missile. like Russia does, and now Germany with their R60 MKs or the R23, R24s and stuff like that. But um, we do have them, but only on helicopters. There's no plane that has a anti-air all aspect in the tech tree. The Viper, the H1Z, has AIM-9Ls for protecting itself versus planes or other helicopters. The beauty that is that gun. It is beautiful. I wish I could play the sound in the video, but I can't because of the music. It gives you a better idea of all of the ordnance this thing can carry. It's a stupid amount. It is a lot. Now, as you can probably imagine, the A10 is not a fast plane to start with, and carrying this much stuff under it is going to make it slower. So, obviously, having countermeasures is going to be a big deal, and trying to not get shot down is also a big deal because there are going to be so many players who are going to be in AA at the beginning of the game just to shoot these things down when they spawn in. Fortunately, the A10's pretty tough, but I don't know if it's Tunguska SAM missile tough, but if they modeled it correctly, this plane would be able to take some hits, but it's not going to be invincible. It's kind of be like an IL-2. You shoot it, flying tank basically. You shoot it a bunch of times, and sometimes you'll kill it instantly, sometimes you won't, sometimes it'll take a bunch of hits or not. But without getting too far in depth, the plane was built to take a lot of hits. It's not invincible, but it was made to be tough. But I don't know how they decided to model it based off of how sophisticated its traction control, like its redundant system where the left side gets knocked out, the right side can still control it. It's kind of a weird, that's like a very basic term, a very basic way to explain it. And it can fly with one engine. The way that the landing gear was made is if they couldn't come down or something happened, they could belly land and the wheels would still be able to hit the ground without damaging the rest of the plane too much. But as you can see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 pylons. The amount of different presets this thing is going to have is going to be insane. I can't wait for this plane to be in the game. I'm pretty sure the A10A is the premium and A10C is going to be the one in the tech tree. Kind of like the same deal with the Harrier. Battle rating wise, I'm going to think it's going to be 10.3 or 10.7. It may not be. I cannot imagine this thing to be 9.7 or 10.0. But we're going to see what happens because, I mean, the A7D is actually faster than this and is at 10.3. So, I mean, it could be the same battle rating as it. We'll just have to see what happens. But the camo looks really cool. And there's all of its bombs and shooting its guns. You know, they were shooting right here. There's just a bunch of BMPs in our line, and he's missing. He could have very easily got all of these and shown the gun, but you know, it is what it is, I suppose. Just a really nasty looking plane. That's my favorite thing about it. It's just it's big, it's nasty. We still use it. People don't know why. It has a very interesting track record of doing things without, you know, going into it and sitting here for 20 minutes, but um I don't think the Frogfoot, the Su-25 would be coming this update either. But I don't know. They very easily could, but I doubt it. This update was also supposed to be about the Israeli ground forces, and we don't really see any of that in the trailer, which is interesting. Unless they do another one. They may do another trailer. I doubt it though, but whenever they start doing more, I guess, streams or dev blogs or whatever, they've kind of started doing that again, but there's not a too much. We'll probably see more about the Israeli ground forces. But you can see why they focus this all around the A10 just because of what it is and how hyped this plane has been for a very long time. But hopefully you guys are hyped for this plane because I know I am. I am satisfied after this point of things being added to this game. There could be anything else. I'm happy now, even though it may not be too great. It actually might not be good at all. I just wanted it. So, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy. I will get the M60 AMBT video out. I've been working on it. Hope you like the short that I did just for fun. But until then, I will see y'all later.